Good morning from Honduras, from the ancient city of Ruinas Copán, where the ancient Maya civilization used to thrive. But now it's gone, and today we're going to see what remained after the civilization has gone. There are still ancient ruins to see here, and it's also one of the UNESCO archaeological sites. That's why I decided to come here and check it out. So it's located almost on the border with Guatemala in the west of Honduras. Let's go. But first I need to get a coffee, because otherwise I will not be able to function well. But here the streets, as you can see, they are made out of stone, or what do you call it? So the streets here, they remind me of Cusco in Peru. Maybe because of all the stone here on the streets and the kind of buildings that you see, small buildings, and because they preserve the old way of how people used to build their houses here. Not much modern, but definitely not my architecture. That's not my architecture. Still more modern than Maya. Alright, so I just found this place with the coffee and the cinnamon rolls and ice cream rolls also. So I'll just go for Americano. And let's see how Honduras cafe tastes like. Coffee. So I got my coffee right here. Let's try and give it the rating. That's normal Americano. It tastes good. It doesn't taste so acid. That's what I noticed. That here in Honduras and El Salvador, the coffee barely tastes as acid as it tastes back in Europe. Somehow. It feels like it's not so strong, but I don't think it's less strong than what we drink in Europe. It's just that maybe the quality is different. I don't know what it is about exactly, but also in Latin America I tried before the coffee that was quite acid. So maybe it depends on the type of the coffee. Maybe here in Central America it's just different. Maybe that's the reason why. So I give it 7.5 out of 10. Pretty good coffee. I feel so much more energetic now after having some coffee. Honestly, it's like a game changer for me. I mean, you can see it from my face, I hope. Yeah, this is my favorite supermarket here, by the way. I was just buying some stuff here yesterday when I arrived quite late, so I was not filming. Anyway, we're now heading to the temple of Rosalia. So I assume Rosalia was one of the gods that Maya lived in, and they actually, when the city collapsed, which is not known why it happened in the 8th or 9th century approximately, when the city disappeared, the ancient city of Copán, not the one we see now. Some say it may be due to environmental issues, maybe due to the warfare, but the city disappeared and they actually buried the temple to preserve it. Imagine that. So thank you to them for preserving the temple, so we can now go and see and observe the beautiful temple, because it, at least what internet says, it is preserved in a very good condition because it was buried underground. Oh, take a look at that. There's a stream here. Maybe not the cleanest water. So let's go. Also, one thing, some places it's hard to walk because there is no space for walking, you know, for pedestrian. It's just that you need to walk where the cars are driving, basically. Oh. So first thing we see here is the ancient, buenos dias, the ancient Mayan cars here. Imagine how well they preserved their cars. Just in case someone takes it seriously. Obviously not. Obviously it's not Mayan cars, but they are even... Oh, look, there's an elephant. They are even mentioned on the Google Maps, those cars here. I don't know why. It just seems that the people, there is a family or someone from that place. It's like a finca, or a house maybe where they live, and they just put the plants inside of the cars. Okay. Let's see. Buenos días. Sitio Mayan de Copán. Okay. That's what it looks like. Buenos días. Boletería cerrado. Okay, so here we have the plan of the city, how it used to look like. Over here. I don't see the Temple of Rosalia over there. Interesting, it was pretty big. Oh, over there. You can buy the tickets. Okay. Let's see. Estamos next time resto del mundo. Archaeological. Okay. Buenos días. Es un boleto para entrar a Ruinas Copán, ¿verdad? Ok, vamos a ver, pero hay como 4 opciones, ¿verdad?
Tengo las ruinas, los túneles y el museo de esculturas.
Ah, ok, regional de arqueología ahora está cerrado.
En el pueblo y se compra.
Ok, vamos a ver. Pero si yo compro lo de parque arqueológico y sepulturas, ¿yo puedo ir a túneles también o no? Ah, son separados. Ah, el museo de escultura no quiero. Los túneles... Creo que parque arqueológico y sepulturas. Okay. Yo compré eso. Uno por extranjero del resto del mundo. ¿Se puede...
$500, 20.
¿Se puede pagar con tarjeta también?
Visa Mastercard.
Ok. Ah, eso solo se ve, es el templo, perdón.
Sí.
Es un templo de Rosalía, ¿verdad?
Sí, pero esta es la foto de la réplica que está en el museo.
Ah, ok,
Cuando compra el boleto del túnel, puede visitar el original.
Ah, ok, perdón. Ok, entonces, solo con el boleto yo no voy a ver el templo de Rosalía.
Solo con ese boleto no.
El otro tengo de
uno de $15.
Okay. So I got 2 tickets. So after all, it was $35. So not really the cheapest option, but I want to see the Temple of Rosalia. That's why I paid $15 more to see the Temple of Rosalia. Let's see if they have the toilets here. I think they should have. Yeah, right there. Let's go. I will not film the ancient Mayan toilets. Let me just show the entrance. Alright, nobody here. So, the ancient Mayan toilets. Let's see. So that's pretty much it, guys. We are inside of the archaeological site, but I don't see anyone checking the tickets actually, which is a bit weird, but maybe... No, they're just cleaning over there. Buenos días.
¿De dónde nos visita?
¿De dónde?
¿De dónde nos visita?
Rusia, son rusos. Sí, sí.
Rusia.
Sí. ¿Usted trabaja acá?
Trabajamos aquí.
Okay.
¿Compró boleto para el museo?
Sí, le voy a mostrar el boleto. Yo tengo 2 boletos. El museo. ¿Usted está revisando boletos?
No.
Ah, no. Ah, ok.
Vaya primero al museo.
Ah, ok.
El senderito nos lleva. Venga, venga.
Ok, porque yo tengo por museo y por túneles también. Después.
Okay.
Túneles.
Ah, eso está bueno.
Ok. Ok, es bastante grande
Es grande.
el sitio. El museo está por allá.
Sí, aquí vamos a llegar. Escuche el árbol sagrado maya.
Ok, sí. Interesante.
Y mire, de este árbol, nuestros mayas preparaban los tambores.
¿Tambores qué son?
Música.
Música. Ah, okay.
Música.
Ah, eso, tambores, eso.
Ah, tambor.
Ah,
y,
ok.
y al mismo tiempo la marimba.
Marimba, ok.
Marimba
Ok,
es
marimba,
música,
sí,
música.
también. Ok.
Y canoas.
Canoas, sí, para como un
Navegar por el
navegar
agua.
por el mar, sí.
Sí, por el mar. Ellos de acá iban a Guatemala, a Quiriguay, a Tikal. Ellos de aquí llevaban plumas de guacamayas y llevaban también cacao. Y cuando volvían al valle, ellos traían collares, aretes, pulseras y conchas de mar. En lengua maya se dice yaxche.
Yaxche.
Yaxche quiere decir árbol sagrado. ¿Sí? La música era para ponerle ambiente y alegría a sus eventos ceremoniales. Los mayas sacrificaban jaguares y sacrificaban venados en honor a los dioses. Siempre y cuando hacían este tipo de sacrificios, sonaban música.
Sí.
Pero del año 700 para acá, entró al poder un señor llamado en español 18 conejos. En maya se dice Guachá Lahu Uba Kawil. En español, 18 conejos. Después del año 700, después de Cristo para acá, él se inventó el juego de la pelota. Y él elegía por medio del juego de pelota. El que ganaba, el que tocaba las 6 cabezas de guacamaya, ese era el mejor. Y ese era entregado a los dioses, sacrificándolo. ¿Sí? Al muchacho, después de haber ganado, le daban bebida alcohólica y le daban hongos alucinógenos. Y cuando iba al sacrificio, iba muy contento, muy alegre.
Qué interesante. Okay.
¿Está grabando?
Sí, ¿está bien?
Está bien, sí.
Okay.
Está.
Sí, yo lo hago para grabar, para
Sí, está bueno.
mostrar. ¿Usted es guía?
Sí, somos guías.
Ok, porque yo de hecho yo quería caminar solo, pero si usted quiere mostrarme algo, no
claro,
pasa nada.
Claro que
Ok,
sí.
solo que yo no quería tener un guía.
Ahora, en el valle de Copán hemos encontrado 4.500 templos. Un 70% continúa tapado con piedra y tierra. De 4.500 montículos, un 70% sigue bajo tierra y un 30% han descubierto los arqueólogos. En los descubrimientos que ellos han hecho, han podido encontrar las camas donde ellos dormían, las cocinas donde cocinaban, las piedras de moler, vasijas y tumbas. Las tumbas no son grandes porque los mayas no eran altos, ellos eran chiquitos. Los más grandes aproximadamente medían 1,50, 1,55. ¿Verdad? Pero a pesar de que ellos eran muy pequeños, eran muy inteligentes. Entre ellos habían matemáticos, astrónomos, arquitectos, artísticos, escultores y agricultores.
Qué interesante. Gracias.
Ellos estudiaban el sol, la luna, las estrellas, los cambios climáticos, los eclipses, los equinoccios. Eran muy inteligentes.
Sí, interesante. Es solo que yo no puedo pagar por un guía, de verdad. Por eso...
No, nosotros...
Sí,
mire,
es un problema,
no,
entonces...
No.
Solo quiero decirlo claro.
No, sí. Mire, nosotros aquí con el otro compañero, nosotros colaboramos, pero nosotros no tenemos una tarifa.
Ok, yo entiendo,
Y
pero...
usted puede darme la voluntad que usted guste.
Pero yo no me siento bien con eso, o sea, yo siento que yo tengo que dar algo. Entonces creo que mejor que yo camino solo, si usted no se molesta por eso, porque yo siento que yo tengo que dar algo y yo no me siento cómodo con eso, de verdad. Yo no tengo tanto para dar.
No, la voluntad de usted.
No, tranquilo, está bien.
¿Sí?
Está bien, señor, sí.
Va, pues.
Quizás es mejor...
Entonces, mire, pues, al llegar allí se va a la derecha.
Ok.
Y llega allá, está el museo primero y después sale.
Ok, muchas gracias, señor. Gracias. I had to explain to the guy that I will not pay him because they try to get you involved, to show you something, and then they ask you for money after that, and you feel bad because they showed you something. And even he told me that there is no fixed price because they work like freelancer, right? But you will still be kind of feeling guilty for not paying. So to avoid that, I just said that I cannot pay. And he said, it's okay, it's a free price, so you decide what you give. I said, I'd rather just not pay at all. Oh, wow. Ah, ¿dónde la entrada?
Tiene que
Ah, ok, yo me perdí. ¿Dónde?
Ahí es prohibido, señor. Ahí no pueden tomarse fotos de mis.
Ah, no se... Y vídeo tampoco no se puede tomar. Nada, no, ni foto ni vídeo acá.
No, no, ella dice que para usted la entrada está por allá que no puede tomar foto aquí.
Por allá. Ok, está bien, gracias. Alright, I got into the wrong entrance, but how would I know? I mean, I was sent through this direction by the guide. That's why. Let's see. I think he sent me in the wrong direction. So let's go. I'm confused now. I think they should check the tickets before you enter, right? And it looked kind of like the temple of Rosalia over there. So maybe that's a replica actually, because they said that the replica of the temple is placed here, but the one you can see in the tunnels is the actual one. So that's why I got 2 tickets. I hope I didn't overpay, because here you actually already see the temple as it seems. So let's just go and explore. Alright guys, I'm totally lost now. Now I have no freaking idea where is the place where they check the freaking tickets. So I'm starting to get angry a bit now, but let's just chill, because they said that there is someone checking the tickets over there, but I just passed through there and there was nobody checking my ticket. So I'm really confused now. I didn't see anyone at all. So let's go there and see. Maybe I should ask the guy who works here, who's cleaning. I have 2 tickets for Ruinas and then for the tunnel. Let's see where I have to go to. Buenos días, una pregunta. ¿Dónde están revisando boletos? Yo me perdí. Yo compré allá, pero tienen que poner una estampa acá, ¿verdad?
Boletos,
Sí.
pero ya es cuando entran quizá va.
¿Cómo?
O a las ruinas, no sé.
A las ruinas y los túneles.
Allá es,
Ruinas están por allá.
sí.
Ah, ¿y túneles?
Allá es el museo, va.
Museo yo no voy por allá.
No va.
No, ¿túneles?
Para allá es.
¿Y túneles también allá?
Sí, allá mismo.
Ok, allá ya van a revisar boletos.
Sí,
¿sí?
allá.
Ok, ya entendí, gracias. Alright, so aqueduct is a structure built to transfer water from one place to another. Like, for example, from a river to where the water is needed. So that's what it was used for, this one here. So here we have the actual ancient Mayan stones. I don't know what they're saying exactly, but they definitely had some meaning. Maybe what I can assume, that they communicated some stories, they told about some stories by using those images. And I asked the lady, she confirmed that actually the Rosalia temple that we saw over there, the red one, it's a replica, so it's not the real one, because the real one is in the tunnels. That's why I decided not to go to the museum. So one interesting fact about Copán, that it's used to be called the Athens of the Mayan Empire, because unlike many other cities in the Mayan Empire, it's not focused on military and war. It's more focused on culture, as such, on art, astronomy, and hieroglyphic writing, which we'll see pretty soon. It's more of a cultural capital of the Mayan Empire, let's put it this way, and the scientific also, because they did care a lot about the astronomy. Temple number 5. So you have temples which have been assignated specific numbers. So that's the original, as I understand. It's the original Mayan stones right here. I will not climb it because I'm not stupid. At least not that stupid, but to touch the stone I think it's worth it. So the Copán as a city, it reached its peak between the 5th and 9th century. But by the late 800s it ceased to exist for an unknown reason. Environment, war, or some other reason, it's still not known. So you see here many estelas, stelas as you call it in English, I think. Columns, so to say. I would call it column, but I'm not a native speaker. That's the altar. That's where I assume they would give the offerings to the gods, right here. And yes, they used to do also human offerings, kill people for the gods. And they have pretty big ears there, as you see on those sculptures, similar to what I used to have as a kid. Okay, this is the stela number 1, maybe the most important one. That's why they don't even let you pass through here, so that nobody touches it. And it's still in pretty good condition, as you see. But it's a bit of a pity that you don't not know who is exactly depicted there. But it must be either the kings, I would assume, or rather the gods of Maya. Interesting, here we have again the stela number 1. But I think we've seen one before. So why are there 2 stelas? Why are there 2 stelas with number 1? Now I'm a bit confused. The ancient Mayan tree? Maybe not. But really big trees here, as you can tell. I don't know how old they are, but they look pretty damn old. Here we have many steps on that staircase right here. But it's not clear where it leads to. And there is a door, which doesn't look like a Mayan door to me. But yeah, this is another stela. This may be the main staircase, actually, the one we see here. Yeah, but no trespassing, obviously. We can touch the stones. This one, actually this one here, appears to be the main staircase, the so-called hieroglyphic stairway at Copán, which is the longest known inscription in the entire Maya world. It consists of 63 steps and over 1,800 glyphs. And you see here many depictions in every single step. Then you have the statues in the middle. And there are guys doing some restoration works over there, I assume. Fortunately, the stairway was partially damaged by time and erosion, making it a challenge for archaeologists to decipher the full story. So yeah, those depictions, they told a particular story. That's how people used to communicate back in the days. Well, let's say there were no books, so they would put the stories on the architectural objects. Amazing. And another stela with another story right here. Alright, this place right here we'll go to now, it used to be kind of like a playing field for the football game of Maya that they used to play back in the days, which was present in different Mayan cities, also in Yucatan, in Chichen Itza, which is in Mexico right now. But here this one looks a bit different. Let's go and check it out. This is actually something I had no idea about, that they had that ball game. So it's not exactly football game, because it was not just the feet that were used to play this game. So the game was played on a large stone court, like the one here, often shaped like an eye, which is exactly what we see here, with sloping walls. Players used their hips, shoulders, elbows and knees to keep a solid rubber ball, which weighed up to 4 kilograms, in motion. Hands and feet were not allowed, so definitely it's not a football. If you cannot use your feet, I don't think that's a football. It's a ball game. The goal was to hit the ball through a stone hoop mounted high on the court's walls. So I would assume it was over there. Though in many versions, simply keeping the ball in play was enough. So that was one of the variation of the game. And it was not just made for fun. It was also, it had a specific religious and mythological significance. So the game symbolized the battle between life and death, light and darkness, and was linked to the Maya creation myth in the Popol Vuh, where the hero twins defeated the lords of the underworld in a ball game. And the name in the Maya language is Poctapok, or Pits. That's what they used to call this game. It's actually really amazing to just stand here and tell you about this game at the actual place where people used to play this game some 1,500 years ago. Amazing. As you can tell, it takes hard work to do the reconstruction works here. I don't know what exactly they are doing, but they are bringing some buckets on top. You cannot enter there. Just ask the guy. He told me no, but I think we can still go to the tunnels over there. Alright, so I just met a very friendly British couple. I think they were British, and they told me how to get to the tunnels. So actually there are stairs right behind that building which you can go up, because there are no signs here, so you cannot really get around so easily. You actually need a guide if you want to find everything immediately. Then you need a guide, but for me it's actually part of the adventure to go around and find my way, you know. Interesting. Look at that opening here. Oh, look, there is a bird that just came out of that trunk. Not trunk, but how do you call it? It is a trunk. Yeah, it came out of the trunk of the tree, of inside of the tree, and you can hear there are actually birds inside. So it's called earpod tree Guanacaste. It must be super old. I don't know how many years. I'm not an expert in biology. If there are experts out there, please write in the comments down below how old do you think that tree is. I would guess it's older than 100 years at least, but probably much more than that. Okay, so this was the drenaje, the drainage. So where all the dirty water would come out. It's good they say no trespassing, because imagine, I can imagine there are many tourists that decide to go into that hole. Like, but no, I would not go there. Would you go there? For me, no. Especially considering it's a sewage. Drainage, no. Right guys, so I made it up the steps. And from here, now you actually see the beauty. Take a look at that. Isn't that amazing? And you get really close. You get really close to the temple. Right here. I assume it's a temple, yeah. Those were all temples. So this was a, what do you call it? Ceremonial site, ceremonial center of Copán, which you have here. So here we get all the way to the top of the temple. It's really hidden, so if you don't know about it, you would not even find this place, because the staircase looks just like every other staircase around here. Okay, so we can go here in the tunnels. They must be over there, I guess. Anyway, this is the temple 11. Let's go further up. Look at those old trees right there. Look at those roots here. Strong, old, massive. So this is right now at the top of the temple 11. Would you look at that? Isn't that amazing? I find it really beautiful, guys, and I could not even dream of that back in the days, to be here, to see all that beauty and to just enjoy it and be free. I hope you feel the same way. Amazing. Here we are, we made it to another square. I don't know what exactly was happening here, but we can see that on the map. Actually, no, that's the tunnel. Okay, that's the patio. Buenos días.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the patio of the jaguars, right here where we are now. Una pregunta, ¿qué estuvo pasando acá en este patio?
Esto es una plaza ceremonial.
Ah, ceremonial, ok. Pero eso es el patio de los jaguares?
De los
¿También?
jaguares.
Jaguares también, ok. Entiendo, gracias. Y la entrada para los túneles está acá,
¿Traes
¿verdad?
ticket para túnel?
Claro. Yo estoy preparado. Aunque yo me perdí un poco porque no podría encontrar, ¿cómo se dice? Signs, sí. Donde entro, todo. This is the Rosalía tunnel, right here. So here we'll see the temple of Rosalía that was hidden underground by the Mayan. They buried the tunnel. Oh, it's very humid in here. This is the north side of Rosalía right here. Take a look at that. Amazing. This is the original. So this mask right here represents the sun god, which was named Kinich Ahau in the Mayan language. Here we see the northwest corner of the temple. Amazing. Wow, it kind of reminds me of the Indiana Jones movies, you know? I really love those movies. Like there should be traps and stuff in there, but maybe not. But it's just kind of the feeling I get here. So there was also the mask of the god of the sun placed here, but it collapsed unfortunately over time. And it used to be red, actually, the temple, but apparently the coloring has fallen off eventually. So here we have the Jaguar tunnel, the second one. Let's go inside. Kind of reminds me of the Vietnamese tunnels. but they're definitely much smaller. So this is the tomb number 1. The number was assigned to it during the excavation works here. And yeah, it was used to store the bodies and their belongings right there. So they found over 50 utilitarian ceramics. Some were filled with human bones and lime, blades, jade necklaces, shells, and a jade mask. This is the so-called Macan mask. So those masks were molded in stucco with the macaw design. It was an animal associated with the god of brilliance. Here we have the exit. Nice, it's really amazing. I really like it. Take a look at that. It's nice and windy outside, so I'm not even sweating so much. It's really good. So we've been to the ceremonial site. We've also seen the area where the elites used to live, but you were probably wondering yourself, where did the normal people of Copán live? Well, we're entering the residential site of Copán, where the houses of the normal Mayan people, Copán residents, used to be located. Right here. This was a square with the houses all around, which are not there anymore, but you see the fundament at least. This is a patio right here. That's how they used to play here, maybe in the middle. So it's quite minimalistic, huh? You can tell. Here we have the entrance to another residential site where the houses were located again. 1, 2, 3, 4 over there. I know those are the old ones, one we've seen before. Good. This is the one we haven't seen. Right here. So not much left. Just the fundament and the stones. But this does look like a restoration actually, because it's so straight. I'm more used to seeing stones like that in ancient buildings rather than something like that looks like bricks over there, if you ask me. Maybe there was a restoration just to show the basic structure and the shape of the building. Maybe that's why they put the bricks there. Alright guys, we are done with the excursion around the ancient Mayan ruins in the city of Copán, and I would give it 9 out of 10. Honestly, on a scale for the ancient historical sites, 9 out of 10. I really like it. Kind of reminds me of the ruins that I've been visited in Tunisia, which were also really cool, and you get really close, you know. That's what I like. Respect.